Hey, what's going on? You know who it is, you know what it is. All right, you guys. Now that I have more information and done some research, you know, looked at a couple of websites and other various channels regarding Beyonce's Super Bowl performance. I don't watch Super Bowl performances. I haven't watched it since that debacle with, you know, Janet Jackson and Justin Timberlake, where he just pretty much bitched up about the whole wardrobe malfunction, where he basically distanced himself from Janet Jackson. When that whole debacle came, it was a, simple incident, and people blew it out of proportion. I mean, it's not like you ain't never saw a titty before or something. And if you a man, you should want to see a titty. I mean, if you like women, you should always want to see a titty. I know I like seeing titties. I mean, don't the rest of you guys do? Except for certain people on here, motherfuckers that endorse taking bubble baths as men and other motherfuckers who are always drunk and all that shit. But anyway, man, let me voice my opinion about the Beyonce. Okay, now that I've been informed what the, performance was all about. Well, if she was trying to pay homage to the Black Panther movement, that's a good thing. And I have no problem with that. And throwing up the black fist and paying homage to Malcolm X and the Black Panthers. If that's what she was really trying to do, I think that's good because as black people, we have got too far out of touch with our history and our background because we abandoned say it loud, I'm black and I'm proud. And I see too much of that where people are just cowards. Black people are just cowards these days. Now I understand, you in a new generation where, people are more open to different things now. But you should never forget where you come from in your history and who was here before us, who paved the way for us to be in the situations, some good, some bad that we are in now. Don't get me wrong, racism will always be here. But the problem is, I see too many young black people, you know, that don't get it and understand the symbolism of the Black Panthers because, you know, for the last 40 something years since, the Black Panthers existed, you didn't had a lot of these white people trying to destroy their image and make it look like the Black Panthers was a hate group, and they wasn't. Because as I've said before, I'm from Oakland, California, where the Black Panthers was founded, born and raised here. And the Black Panthers did a lot of good. They stood up for the injustice that was going on in Oakland, or should I say, just all around the country, period. Like I say, sometimes you can't afford to turn the other cheek. You only can do it so much. There was so much shit going on. Police brutality, just, you know, racism, you know, and they took a stand. And see, that's the problem. A lot of times, I've been saying this on several videos. They try to make it look like something is wrong if you a black person that stand up for your race. A lot of times white people, that's what they've been doing for the last 20 something years, coming up with these fake terminologies like the race card and reverse racism, now race baiting, all that type of shit. Those are just code words to try to make you feel guilty as a black person, you know, to be proud of who you are. I've said this on several occasions. I'm a proud black man, and I will always be proud of who I am and where I came from. But the problem is, you got these other black people that's out here that's on the left side, or you got the ones that's stuck in the middle. They only want to be, you know, black when it's convenient for them. But then when it's time, to get something, or they looking for something, then all of a sudden they want to play both sides of the fence. This is one of the reasons why I have the issue with, well, I ain't even gonna go that route, because I'm gonna say that for another video. I'm gonna do a video one day where I'm gonna talk about the whole history of black people, as far as the animosity we have towards each other, the whole light skin, dark skin thing, because I think that need to be addressed too. Some of the issues we've had in our own community, because what goes on with us is just a lot different than what goes on in any other community. And like I said, white people know that black people are easy to infiltrate, and they know that they easy to mentally intimidate, because they know they always can pull one token, one Aunt Sally, one Uncle Tom out the bunch, as they can use as a weapon against us. Like they do with Herman Cain, Juan Williams, Larry Elder, that Jesse, whatever his name is, and just recently, Stacey Dash. They always have one. And like I say, they only do this to black people. They do not fuck with Mexicans or Asians or Arabs, like they do black people. They don't never try to make them feel guilty about who they are or where they came from, but they always try to do that to black people, because they know black people are easy to infiltrate and easy to intimidate. Y'all see what go on with me. I defend black people. I defend my people. What do? They try to make me feel guilty about it. Then they try to tell other black people, "Oh, don't fuck with town business. He's a racist. He hates white people." No, I don't. I'm just proud of who I am. What's wrong with me being proud of where I came from? And I always ask that question. And see, here's how you know when you're right. Because when I say, how come y'all don't do that to Mexicans or Indians or Asians? How come y'all don't try to make them feel guilty about who they are? And they can't never come with no definitive answer. They never do that to them. But they always try to do that to black people. Because they know black people are easy to infiltrate. Have been for the last 300-400 years. You always have that house nigga versus field nigga thing. And they always know they can find a house nigga. They know it. That want to be surrounded by them so bad to the point to where they will go against their own kind just for the sake so they can be surrounded by them. Because I done had those private conversations with other nationality. I'm talking about those deep conversations, because one of my co-workers, I give a ride home, and he's Mexican, and me and him are tight. And we had a conversation last night. I ain't gonna say what we went into, what we was talking about, but we was talking about some deep issues, in the Mexican community and the black community. And it was deep, man. And I mean, we was on the same page. Like I said, man, if y'all knew what me and this dude was talking about, y'all would have been like, damn. But he told some truth. I told some truth. He told some truth. We talked about the military. We talked about just other issues. And see, that's what I like, honesty. And the problem with us, we can't be honest. So, like I said, I have no problem. If that's what Beyonce represented, that's cool, because it's about fucking time. To all my youngsters that's listening to my videos, man, Don't listen to that bullshit about what they say about the Black Panthers. The Black Panthers did a lot of good. You know, they started the free lunch program, you know, in Oakland. They helped get that done. And they taught us to stand our ground. When these police was murdering us and picking at us, you know, like I said, it was cool for them to point guns at us and intimidate us and fuck with us. But then when we got guns and started pointing it back at them, what did they do? They wanted to change the motherfucking laws. And that's what they did in California. The gun laws that got changed in California, a lot of these gun laws were aimed at black people because they really wanted to make it very difficult for black people to obtain guns. Y'all got to understand the Constitution, they wasn't talking about us when it was wrote to whatever, how many X amount of years. So yeah, but I say to the younger generation, you know, the young homie, man, who call himself the Black Panther. That's good. Keep that name, man. But do your research, man. Don't listen to these bullshit ass white people and these Uncle Toms talking about that the Black Panthers was a hate group. No, the fuck they wasn't. That's a goddamn lie. And Malcolm X hated white people. No, he didn't. And it does piss me off how they try to not acknowledge Malcolm X, because Malcolm X contributed and he helped too. Where Martin Luther King had one agenda, Malcolm X had a different agenda. And what nothing wrong with either guy's agenda. And that's what people got to understand, man. A lot of y'all don't get that. Stop listening to this bullshit that they be throwing at us. And it's time to start back to throwing up that black fist, man. Like I said, you think I give a fuck when these punk ass white people be coming on my channel saying, oh, you got a black channel page and all that shit? Because it's fear. Like I told you. I'll be hearing this shit that these clowns be making and saying, oh, duh, he caused a lot of trouble. He stirred up things. No, what it was, like I said, man, I saw too much bullshit going on. And see, that's the thing. White people think to a certain degree, I ain't gonna say all, but some of them think they can disrespect black people on a regular basis. And they think we supposed to have that mentality of the, you know, the 30s, 40s, 50s, and early 60s. Oh, where we just supposed to take it. We ain't supposed to say that because they're white, we're black. Nah, fuck that. I'm going to continue to speak up. I'm going to continue to say what the fuck I want to say on my page. And I'm going to continue to reach out to my people. Just because I'm trying to reach out to black people don't mean that I hate white people or hate any other group. And like I said, you will never, ever, 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 ever fucking make me feel guilty about who I am and where I come from. I'm going to keep pushing this message. So like I said, you don't like what I say on my channel, you know what the fuck you can kiss. I'm out.